Welcome to another Cooking on the Block, and I'm Chef Ellie Espo. Today I have two beautiful women with me today, and they're from the block. And this is a real Cooking on the Block today. We have Amy and we have Dawn, and together today we're going to make a twist on the Italian Easter meat pie. And you know what I'm talking about, right? With the lattice crust, and it's a little bit on the heavy side, but we're going to lighten it up today. And our crust is going to be capellini on the top and capellini on the bottom. And we're going to make it in a springform pan.
Like a cheesecake pan?
Exactly. Look, so you got the little gummy over here. All right, and I've sprayed it with a little pan spray, or you can do butter, all right? And we're going to coat it with some breadcrumb. And that's going to give us a non-sticking surface, okay? And you just, they're flavored breadcrumbs. And you just give it a toss around. And you just coat them real nice.
Italian flavored breadcrumbs?
Italian flavored breadcrumbs. You know, the
Have
one
those.
you always know. Okay, and we just kill the excess, okay? So we need to have two components done before we can put this thing together. And it's really easy once you have all those things done. We need to cook capellini, obviously, and we need to make a bechamel. Now, you know what a bechamel is. It's that white sauce. And if you made macaroni and cheese, you've made a bechamel, and all it is the milk cream sauce. And we're going to start that right now. So I have melted butter in a pan, okay, and it's nice and hot. And we have to make a roux. And a roux is R-O-U-X, and all that is a butter and flour paste. Okay, so we're going to throw, you need your whisk, and we're going to put the flour right into the butter. Now, when you make lasagna, you know when you make like a lasagna bolognese and it has the white sauce, that's what this is. Okay, so here we go. See? All right, and we're going to cook that so you don't want that floury taste. Here, Aunt, get a good picture of that. Is that good? Okay, so we're going to get this back on the stove, and we're going to just let it cook for a minute or two, and it's going to get a little bit thick. Then we're going to add some hot milk. Now make sure that you have your milk nice and hot, because once you add it to there, it will thicken right away. If you add cold milk, you can just be stirring here. So it makes life easier if you get your milk nice and hot first. Now I had it nice and warmed up. Could go a little bit more. And then we have our pasta water going. Okay. Okay, see? Now it's nice and bubbly. Now we're going to add our milk. And in one steady stream, you get it right in there, and then whisk. Okay? Now we're going to let this thicken up, and I'm going to put my capellini in, and then when we come back, we're going to get all the other delicious ingredients together. Okay, our bechamel is nice and thick. It was a little bit too thick for me, so I thinned it out with a little milk. So you just have it, you know, I like this consistency of it. So Dawn, I want you to grate some delicious nutmeg in there for me.
Right on
into
top?
the pot. Yeah.
You say when.
Okay. Keep going, honey. Very good. All right, that should do it. Okay, and Dawn, Amy, you do the salt and pepper?
Just a pinch?
Yeah. Another pinch.
Another pinch?
Another pinch. Okay, and the salt, 2 hefty pinches.
2 hefty pinches.
Yeah. Okay. Now, just more salt. As you season as you go along, because if you put too much in the beginning, and then you're messed up. You can't go backwards, right? Dawn, I think it needs more nutmeg.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Now it's a clean spoon. Can you taste that without? What do you think? What do you think it needs? More salt?
Oh, you're asking the wrong person.
Okay.
Ask
I
Amy.
think it's good, Amy. What do you think?
I think it's good.
Right? It's, you don't want it overly salty, because you know what? All our meats now that we're going to cut up is going to have a lot of flavor, so you don't want to mask that with having this being too salty. Okay, let's just put that back there. All right, now we're going to do our crust. Okay, now we have our cooked capellini, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to break it up with a scissor. Just going to cut it.
Oh, that's cool.
Instead of a knife, just break it up. And see, this is a half a pound, it's more than enough. Okay,
That's
now
enough for the top and the bottom?
Yeah. See, there's not much pasta in it. Actually, the filling is all the cheeses and the meats. Okay. Now we're going to take some bechamel into the capellini. And this is going to cook like on the top. It gets nice and crusty. It's really good. I know it looks like a big mess, but it does come out nice. All right, I can handle it. Okay, there's nothing better than your hands as a tool, right? Okay. We're going to take half. We're just going to pat it in our prepared springform pan. And you know what? You can't make a mistake because it's all just going to bake together and get crusty and golden and delicious. All right, you can set that aside, and now we're on to our fillings. See how easy that was?
That was easy.
Okay, now we're on to our filling. For our filling, we need fresh ricotta, and I urge you to get the really good homemade fresh ricotta. It's like eating ice cream. It is so creamy and delicious. We need fresh mozzarella. There again, the best ingredients is going to make your better product. So we have fresh eggs, and of course we'll season up with some salt and pepper. We also need we have Italian imported ham, we have provolone, and we have Genoa salami. Okay, and we're going to cube that up in a second, but let's get started on our mozzarella. And what we're going to do is just cut it into small dice, okay? And I'm going to use just about a half of it because with everything else, I think we'll have more than enough.
How much about is that in weight?
That's about a half a pound. This is a pound, was it in a little bit more than a pound, the mozzarella? Maybe about a pound and a quarter. They weigh it as, each piece is different. Okay, and we'll just shove that right in our bowl. Okay, Amy, you crack the eggs for me, baby, right into here.
Oh, I'm not sure you want me to do this.
Okay, you want to put it in a separate bowl, just so you think if you get a shell, you can do that.
I'll inspect.
Here,
How many?
no, put it in here.
Okay.
You know, that's a good way to do it, because then if you do get a shell, you're not ruining your end product. Okay,
All four?
yes,
Looks good to
make
me.
this nice and light. You're doing good. Man, it's good to have assistance.
Perfect, no shells.
Thanks, Don.
Okay, that was good, right? Okay, now, rinse off my whisk. Okay. Just break them up a little bit. Just put it right in there. Okay. Then we're going to take, okay, Dawn, you can do this for me. Put half of that container of ricotta right into that bowl.
Okay.
Do you want another scooper duper?
Oops.
That helps you?
Sure.
Now, where do you find fresh ricotta?
Fresh ricotta, we get it at Belgiavini's in Montclair. Any good Italian deli that has, you know, the prosciuttos, and there's also a good place in Montclair. Around this area, you don't
can
have a
find
problem finding fresh mozzarella. Even the local supermarkets have it. But this was just made this morning, and you do not refrigerate it.
Okay.
You leave it out on your counter, I'm telling you. Yep.
And is that water in the bottom of the bowl?
Yeah,
or?
it's just drained out. You'll see once Dawn's done. One more scoop.
One more scoop?
Yeah. You can't have too much ricotta, right?
Right.
Okay, that looks good, honey. Now see, you could leave the red spoon in there for me. See, it has holes on the bottom, so it drains out all the water. Now, if you were going to make a cheesecake with that, you would do that overnight, or even in a sieve or a piece of cheesecloth, okay? Because you don't want all that water in there. So let's get rid of this so you can have some room. All right, now we're gonna, all right, Dawn, you can give that a nice good mix for me. And we're gonna season the baby up. Salt, fresh cracked pepper. I love cracked pepper. Okay, now Amy, we got the nice cheese thing, and you can, when she's done, just
grate it in there.
grate it in there. There you go.
Are you done?
Chef Ellie.
Hey Dawn, you're doing great, baby. All right. You can stop now. Very good. Now I like a lot of cheese. That, you see, when you salt, and you're going to use Parmigiano Reggiano lightly on the salt, because this has a nice flavor.
Well, the meats can be salty as well.
Exactly.
Oh, it smells so good.
Right? Okay, Dawn, do your stirring, honey, because
Okay.
only you can do that like that. Okay,
Was
now-
that enough, or you need more cheese?
You know what? I'm going to taste it in a minute, and then we'll add more if we think. Anthony loves his Parmigiano Reggiano.
Me too. I love it.
Right? I like eating it just like.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just going to cut this up here. You know what? I'm going to cut the rest of my meats and my cheese for our filling, and when we come back, we're going to put it into the springform pan and get it into oven so we can taste it. Okay? Okay, we're back. Now, as Dawn pointed out, we have all our meats cut up in here. We have ham, salami, the provolone, the fresh mozzarella. Amy was good with the grinding of the Parmigiano Reggiano. We're going to hit it with a little more salt, and I'm going to taste it because I think I want to add some more pepper, or we might want to add some more cheese. Amy, you got to add some more cheese, honey. Get them biceps going, or triceps, whatever. I'm not good at it. That tastes good.
It smells good.
Right?
Doesn't
Very
it?
Italian. You can't get any more Italian than this, right?
No.
Especially with some good Valpolicella wine. Okay. All right, Aim. And now we're going to add some more black pepper. I like black pepper. You know, seasoning is important. Not everybody knows how to salt and pepper. If you learn, when you want to learn to cook, seasoning is the most important. Salt and pepper. If you can get that down, you can do anything. Okay, now we're going to add, I want an herbal composition to this, and Italian parsley is the ticket. Now, just smell that. Now, you know the difference between curly parsley and Italian parsley. Now, the curly stuff is really used for decoration, but this, it's almost like basil to me. It gives so much flavor. Okay, so we're going to add that in there. Probably not all of it.
Now, can we get this at the farmer's market in Caldwell?
Italian
Parsley?
parsley,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Terrific.
I love parsley. I just eat it
Right?
raw.
Yeah, it's so good. It cleanses your breath. So we put that right in there. Look how pretty that looks. All right. Now, Dawn, you're going to dump it in here for me. You'll be all right, honey.
You're trusting me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
With my life. If you need help.
Yeah,
I
if
know
you
the
want
bowl
to
is-
steady the bowl. The bowl's
Okay.
kind of heavy.
Isn't it?
Now, is there a reason why you choose glass over?
Yeah, so people can see what is going on.
Okay.
Usually I use stainless steel at work, but because
So,
it's safety, you know, the safety thing at work, we don't use glass in the kitchen.
So in our own kitchens,
Stainless
Stainless is
steel is
fine?
cool, oh yeah, or Pyrex. But for on camera, it's good that if you see on all the
Visual.
cooking shows, they have everything in the glass so you can see. Okay, now we're going to do our crust on the top, which we have it reserved, remember? Okay. We just have to pull it apart. Okay. Amy, can you do me a favor?
Mhm.
Could you open up the refrigerator, and on the door you'll see a stick of butter? Thanks, honey. Okay. Now to add insult to injury, we're gonna put dabs of butter on the top. Let me just wash my hands. You know what? If you're going for the gold, you might as well do it all. Get the ricotta, the mozzarella, the butter, right? And the pasta.
You don't
Just-
diet on holidays.
No,
Not
you don't.
in an Italian household.
Exactly, and it's all about tradition, right? You know what? If you're good during the week, when the holidays come, you show your family what it's all about, right?
And what are you?
Breadcrumbs. Okay. And I want to dab it. Just gonna like put a few globules of bechamel, okay? And then a little bit of butter. And we're gonna put this in a 350-degree oven. And Dawn, you asked me, what's up with the convection, okay?
Yes. What's up with your ovens? You want
Okay.
more ovens?
No. Okay. We have convection. Well, I'm a baker, so during the holidays I bake a lot of cookies. So it's good to be able to juggle, you know, in and out. So I like convection for baking and for browning. Now convection is the fan is circulating, so you get an even baking. Where the other conventional, like for roast, you would want the heat comes from the bottom, and it's not as an intense, you know, heat going around. So I'm gonna throw this in the oven for about 45 minutes, and we're gonna check it to see how it's doing, and it could take up to about an hour. All right. So now we're gonna have to drink more wine, okay? Okay. Look how beautiful and golden brown and delicious and crusty, right?
Phenomenal.
Okay, now just undo it. Look how easy it comes out. That's because of the breadcrumbs and we sprayed it, right? Okay, now we're just going to take it off. Oh, we don't really have to. We could just put it right on our plate. And you know what? You save some parsley for garnish.
Ooh.
Okay, and then we cut it open. Mmm. Anthony, get a good picture of this. Look at that bad boy, huh? All right, that's our CapelliniTorta, and that was another Cooking on the Block, and I'm Chef Ellie Espo. Bon appetit, and buona pasta. It's like you got all the textures going. The crunch, right, on the top, and then the creamy. Oh, it's good.
And it's amazing how few breadcrumbs you put in here, but how you can really taste it. It just
Yeah,
adds
oh, I know.
That
It gives
and
it that
pasta?
other layer of mouthfeel.
this is so good.
Good, I'm glad you like it. Isn't it? Was it a waste of time, right?